Hello Year 8, another really straightforward lesson I'm hoping for you guys. Alright, so today's heading, please write simplifying ratios. And I'd like you to do these examples in your book. There's not very many at all, you can see the whole page there. So if you need to stop, please do. So simplifying headings, express each ratio in the simplest form. It says form, it's a bit cut out. And if you could write these first few headings, please. Sorry, the first few questions, that would be great. Just press pause if you need to. Okay, we did a little bit of this yesterday. I don't think you would have had any in the questions, so we're going to go over it now because today is about these type of questions. So I think we did 3/9, and I said it's like the same as having a fraction. Okay, so if you've got 3/9, you need to find a number that goes into 3 that also goes into 9. And yesterday we worked out that that was 3. So we go, how many 3's in 3? There's 1. And how many in 9? There's 3. So your answer is 1/3. Now today, think about it as a fraction, but you're doing it this way. So we would go, 3 goes into both of those. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. Put your dots in. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. You don't have to write the divided bys, of course. All right, next one. What goes into 15 that goes into 18? Okay, hopefully you got 3. 3 goes, the biggest number we want to, remember. So the biggest number is 3. How many 3's in 15? There's 5. And how many 3's in 18? There's 6. Now, if you don't choose the biggest number, then this would still need to be simplified. So it's okay if you take a couple of steps. But in this case, we don't need to. All right, and the next one, which we cut out of the side, is $27.36. Now, the fact that the dollar sign says just an added bonus for you to have to do a bit more work. So you have to get the dollar signs down as well. So what's the biggest number that goes into both of these? Hopefully you're going to say 9. So we put the dollar sign. How many 9's in 27? There's 3. And how many 9's are in 36? There's 4. So it's $3 to $4. Now, say if you didn't do the biggest number first. Let's see what happens. So say we say, well, I know 3 goes into both of those. And if you did it, so there's our answer. If we did 3 into 27, we'd get 9. And 3 into 36 goes 12. Now, you need to be able to look at that and say, hang on a minute, there's another number that goes into both of those. So what would happen? We can get 3 into 9 and 12. So that'd be 9 divided by 3 is 3. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. Put our dollar signs and hello, we get the same answer. You will not lose any marks if you take longer to get there, as long as you're writing it in its simplest form. So they're the first kind of questions. The next kind are completing the pattern. So this is like doing a step by step. So we've got 64 to 32. How did you get from 32 to 16? You could grab your calculator and do 32 divided by 16 and you'll get 2. Or you might just know. Okay? So 32 to 16, you've divided by 2. So you've halved it. So we're going to halve this one. Half of 34 is 64 is 32. You can use your calculator, don't forget. How do we get there? We halved it, so we're going to halve this again. Now it's on the other side, just to be annoying, but easy. How do you get from 16 to 8? Divide by 2. So we're going to divide 8 by 2, and we're going to get 4. How did we get from 4 to 1? This time we divided by 4, so we have to divide the 8 by 4. So our answer is 2 to 1. So 64 to 32 goes 2 to 1. All right, so what else might you get? You might get, like we did yesterday, things that are in different forms. Now, when they're in different forms, we want to use the smallest. So in this case, it's going to be minutes. So we leave the 45. How many minutes are in 2 hours? So there are 60 minutes in one. So there must be 120 minutes in 2 hours. They're the things we're going to have to remember. All right. Let's go for what number? What goes into 45 that goes into 120? Who's got an answer for me? All right, hopefully you're thinking 5. So we're going to divide everything by 5. Okay, you can use your calculator or your brain. 5 into 100 is 20. And 5 into 20 is 4. So this side's going to be 24. And 5 into 45 goes 9. Okay, are there any numbers that go into 24 and 9? Well, 3 is the only one that goes in here. And 3 doesn't go, does it? 8, 16, 24. Yes, it does. So we're going to divide by 3. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. Okay, now because these are different units, you don't need to put any units in those ones. Okay. Oh, no, that's not true. We're going to put minutes because we changed it to minutes. So just put your M's in, that's fine. All right, what about if we have a fraction? Let's see how we do fractions. All right, so we have 1/4 to 1/2. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the smallest fraction, which is this one, and we're going to multiply by what's on the bottom every time, and we're going to see what happens. So we've got the whole reason we multiplied by that was so they would cancel, and it would be 1. And on this side, we're going to have 4/2. And we can make that a little bit better by saying 4 divided by 2 is 2. So when you get to the fraction ones, either come back to the video or come into your teacher, okay, and ask how to do them. Let's have a look at this fraction one. So we've got 4/5 to 9/20. All right, so we're going to get the, what should we, hang on a minute, let's see. Yeah, let's go the smallest one. So if we have the smallest one over here, we're going to multiply both sides by 5, see what happens. So this is good, we like this because this becomes 4, ... And over here, this is like 5/1, so we have to remember how we cancel. So we've got a 5 and a 20, so we're going to go 5 into 5 goes once, and 5 into 20 goes 4 times. So that is going to be 9/4. Now we're still not happy because we've got a fraction. So how do we get rid of the fraction? We multiply both sides because we can do anything as long as we do it to both sides. So we're going to multiply both sides by 4 this time. I'm going to go over here. You should go down your page. 4 times 4 is 16, ... The 4's cancel, and you're left with 9. Okay, which is in its simplest form because there's nothing that goes into 16 that also goes into 9. So the fraction ones will be the thing that trips you up today. So please make sure you ask for help. All right, let's have a look at decimals. So with decimals, all we do is we make them the same by moving the decimal place. So in this case, we want to go 1 spot to the right and 1 spot to the right. Now what that is you're multiplying by 10. You don't even have to write that. As long as you go the same amount of spaces to both sides. So this becomes 3. And this becomes, if we're going to put that there, it becomes 3 point something. You don't need to put point. And if we put this one here, don't forget the 2. So this becomes 21. Okay, are we finished? Hopefully people are saying no. Okay, how many 3's in 3? There's 1. And how many 3's are in 21? There's 7. So your final answer is 1 to 7. So if you do this and you look up your answers and it's not that, it's going to be because you haven't kept going. So close your book and keep going, okay? All right, so this one is the hardest you'll get. You've got 3 decimal places here, but only 1 over here. You have to move the biggest that you've got. So we're going to move this one 3 places. 1, 2, 3. We'll put the decimal place here and they'll be gone. You have to do the same over here. 1, 2, 3. So what is that going to become? Remembering you're trying to get rid of the decimal place. If you go 3 spots, that's going to be 375. And if you go another 2 spots over here, this is 8, but you're going to have to put in what these mean. So that's 800, okay? Now, we're going to find a number that goes into that. Now, that's pretty big. You might start with 5. I'm going to start with 25. So you just get your calculator and do 375 divided by 25. I haven't got my calculator, so I'm going to use my brain. You can all check and make sure I'm right. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, I hope. 2, 25 into 800. There's 4 in 100. So 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, are there any numbers that go into 15 and 32? No, there's not. So that means you're finished with that one. Please, please, please come back to the video into your teacher once you get to fractions and decimals if you're not sure, because it's totally understandable. Okay, so if you can press pause now, please write down these questions, and small group, you are not doing all of these. On the lesson plan is what you will be doing. I can talk you through it as well. Okay, thank you.